In this video, I'm going to do a refresh on a Reno I did on this very early Scalextric Brabham BT44. You can see that it's open body with a clip-in motor and axles, so no underpan and such. I had painted up earlier, I had painted up all of the engine works and radiator and such. Uh, in the renovation originally, I didn't have an airbox for this white one. I found a red one, painted it, and put it on here, and found some transfer here to put in for the Martini logos, and painted in some of the black and accents and things. But the decals quite faded. I did find, and this is why I'm going to rework this, I did find some nice fresh decals. Now, when I originally got these, I meant to use these on this French Brabham car of the same vintage and everything, but it's a bigger scale. I mean, if you ever tried to compare these, if you had these and never compared them, you can see how much smaller the English Scalextric of this car is compared to the French one. I had gotten these decals with the idea of changing these decals out into the Martini. But when I saw that scale difference, I went, it's not going to work because the decals just aren't big enough. So I'm going to revisit this one, clean it up, put on the new decals, maybe do a little refresh paint. Some decisions to make here is that these early Scalextrics, both the French and this English one, is a softer plastic, almost rubberized. So I'm wondering, do I clear coat this, put the decals on, clear coat over top? I'm finding this this older rubbery plastic adheres really well to the decals. I might just apply them directly and then maybe give a clear coat, if even that. I might just go over the decals themselves with the Pledge floor wax, which a lot of people do, and I've used quite successfully, and it just maintains those decals so they don't peel off or crack or get damaged. Gives them some protection. But anyways, I'm going to do a big cleanup on this, maybe do some touch up on the paint job, and you can see it's quite dirty over the time, just running it on the track and sanding up the tires, got grit everywhere. So, and I'll have an opportunity to paint up the driver and the helmet. I want to go, and I have these numbers too. I want to go with the number 7, which is Carlos Reutemann. This is number 7, which would be Carlos Reutemann as well, but this is from 1973 or 74, and this would be 75, which would match up with this fly version of the car. And this is the decaling. How I want this one to look as best I can with the decals. You can see the scale of these two, that this fly and this French Scalextric are pretty close, pretty accurate to each other. But this English French one, this English Brabham is just so tiny in comparison, the two. I would assume the bigger one's maybe a little more into scale. I don't know. And just for novelty's sake, I had to get the Canadian version that raced at Mossport with heavy wheats, so had to get that one. So not that that's much of a reference for what I'm doing here, but this definitely will be a reference in where these decaling and things go on this one from this sheet. Okay, so next stage, I'm going to cut away, clean this one up, and come back, show where I've gone with that, and then cut away and come back with the decaling all done and it finished. Okay? So after a lot of effort, finally got the old decals. Even though they were faded, boy, they were embedded into this body. So it took a lot of soaking in warm, soapy water, as well. I used all sorts of other methods to get the decals completely off. But as you can see, nice and clean. Actually used some polish to really get this all nice and shiny. Still some little defects in the surfaces and such, but I'm not going to go crazy with it. Now I have started putting decals on, as you can see on this side, and man, what a difference. So vibrant, color's fantastic. Really disappointed that I have, and that's been common with a number of decals, is that the white on the rondelle is showing through the darker lines underneath. I really don't have a solution for that. Really like to see how other people handle that issue, but still, a vast improvement from what we had. I did find a decal sheet that had proper looking numbers. These have a very thin white line surround, which is exactly how the original Brabhams were. I've got this sheet that I was using the rondelles for, which looked really opaque, but still have a little bit of that issue. A whole lot more of the decals, but you can see how nice and bright these are. I think it's going to look terrific when it's all finalized and done. All the components pulled out, which will be easy to snap back in. And again, this is my fabricated, well, not fabricated, this was found from a red version of the Brabham BT44. And what was interesting with this, and this kind of showed, is the construction for that. You can see there's the original red in here, but the way it was a two-part, and that the one piece slides into the next, and we got a really nice deep opening in the air box itself, which I really appreciate, as opposed to no cut in at all. And sometimes I will cut out a black sticker to put there, but I really like when it's actually open inside. And you can see here, and that will plug back in and work great. Okay, so once I get decals finished, and it's going to need some more paint. Some of that got removed in my process of getting rid of the old decals and such, but yeah, I'll review once we get it all back together. So here we go, complete, the finished product. I did manage to paint the driver and did the best I could doing a helmet to replicate the Carlos Reutemann version, since I went with the number 7, which is his number from this time. Detailed the engine as best I could, and the exhaust pipes and such, the back radiators as well as transmission and such, and whatever paint, little black trim, suspension, the front section there, little details and things. So overall, very pleased, very nice looking car. Still, compared to the other versions when I started the video, it's kind of small, and I don't know if that's more accurate, 1/32 or what. But for this time frame of late 70s for Scalextric, with the soft plastic and the very simplistic construction, as you can see, no mirrors, no details to actually be broken or knocked off other than a wing, and obviously the airbox, there was damage because it was missing when I got it. Compared to the other cars of the time, it's actually quite good. Here's a McLaren M23, and it is just atrocious. The proportions, detail, everything is just awful on this. Same idea, same mechanicals here, runs about the same, although actually the Brabham runs quite nice. Around that same period, but a little better in execution, was the Shadow from 73, and the BRM from about that same time frame. And these weren't too bad. These actually had pretty good proportions and detail that you could kind of pick up with the paint and such. But anyway, getting back to this one and wrapping it up, let's give it a go, a little test run. I did have to change one of the braids, because in the corners it was sputtering like missing a few cylinders, but it's all good now. So for this run, I had to change the voltage to 14 volt to get it some speed. Otherwise, our usual 12 volt, it was just too slow and no aggression whatsoever. So anyways, super quiet, actually handles really nice at this voltage and speed. Not too bad. Again, obviously faster cars, but this, no magnet, and for a very short wheelbase and small car, it actually handles quite well. There we go. Another great oldie. Don't have to spend a lot of money to have a lot of fun with these, and getting an older car like this, you get some satisfaction of, if not cosmetically fixing them up, mechanically and getting them to perform as best you can. Yeah, no speed demons, but running like against like, it's all good. See you in the next one.